Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Micah just checking in for another weekly video log towards my contest prep. We are under actually 3 weeks. I usually do these on Friday or Saturday, but today is Sunday and we're 20, actually 19 days out from the April 18th Washington State, Emerald State Natural in Tulalip. And so I'm pretty excited at this point, and just because this past week has probably been one of the hardest um, times during my prep. And so I'll give you guys an update on where I'm at, where my weight is, where my training's at, and really what it looks like for the next coming weeks. Actually, yeah, I'll give you a brief overview of what that looks like. But basically, this past week has been pretty dang tough. Um, Last week my macros got changed up on Sunday, and it was based on what I looked like um, Saturday, Friday afternoon, and what I looked like Sunday morning after my refeed, and basically took some pics and sent it over to my coach. Took some pics of my weight, and consensus was I just wasn't necessarily where I needed to be. My upper body looks really good. It continues to lean out, and I don't even know where the body fat is at this point on the upper body, but it just continues to look better and better and sharper. And my lower body just seems to be lagging. That's where I hold a lot of my fat, and it's just not coming off. It's super stubborn. And I think just being in a deficit for 23 weeks, your body is just wanting to stop. It's wanting to do everything possible to not lose any more body fat. And I'd like to say that this is the best I've ever looked. This is the lowest body fat I've achieved at this weight that I'm currently at. And I'm definitely proud of what I've accomplished. Am I satisfied? I don't think you ever are when you compete, until you get there and you're backstage. You've already registered. You're kind of there. Um, I like to. I I don't really feel satisfied until I'm at that point, because there's nothing more I could have done. Basically, if I can answer that question, did I do everything possible that was in my control throughout my contest prep to bring in my best? And at this point, I can say yes. With 19 more days to go, I feel like I've given everything possible to my contest prep, within reason, of course, with keeping a balance between my family, my wife especially, work, just the daily responsibilities of everything. But this past week has been really difficult. Macros got changed up, cardio got changed up, and my energy levels definitely hit rock bottom a few days. My mental fatigue, focusing has been a challenge this past week. And honestly, like I really gotta say sorry to everybody that was around me during this week, because I just wasn't up to par. Um, my workouts, since I complete them early in the morning, first thing I do, those weren't affected per se. Um, I'd say Monday was probably my most difficult workout to get through. But other than that, my lifts have continued to stay up. They've continued to improve, and I think I've gotten a little bit more efficient this past week with my workouts. Not saying that I'm not putting in 110% effort. I'm saying that I don't have to spend the amount of time from previous weeks in my lifting. And I like to just say doing, just really just taking it up a notch with focusing and driving it home with hypertrophy work, especially a lot of volume, supersets, drop sets, just really trying to bring out those details for my muscles and change it up. And I think that's really been helping this past week, and keeps me going with my cardio too. And since it was changed up, I'm not killing myself, with longer workouts, uh, to finally get to my cardio and complete that. So I think I've had a pretty good balance this past week with that. Everything else, as far as exhaustion is concerned, has been pretty difficult. And some days you'll look really good in progress pics, and other days, you look great, and it's just kind of frustrating. It plays with your mind, with what you look like throughout the course of the week. And at the end of the day, it gives you an idea too, like leading up into your show that week, of what's probably the best day that you look, and what did you do leading up to that day, that got you to look that way. So I think just being able to track that and understand, hey, Monday I look really good, because that's 2 days after my refeed, and my body's been able to rest the day before. So what can we do to kind of mimic that leading into peak week? Or, wow, I don't look really awesome on Wednesday and Thursday. For some reason, it's consistently, I look terrible. It doesn't matter. Then what did I do on Monday and Tuesday to make that look that much, not that great? So it's really good to track your progress, guys. Like, no matter what it is, if it's good, if it's consistent, if you notice some discrepancies, you can really just backlog and understand how you got to that point and what you can do to adjust. That's just a side note. I think that's a big thing, is no matter what the progress is, it's going to be very effective to just be able to understand where that came from and how you can make adjustments moving forward. Because that's what we all want. We want to have progression. And so, just a little side note, as far as today, my weight is at 150.4. I think my prep low this past week was 148.8. That would have been like a total of 24 pounds on the dot that I've lost since contest prep started back in mid-October. And so, pretty excited about that. And I had a refeed yesterday, so 150.4, definitely understandable where that came from. I actually look fuller. I took some morning pics in my posing suit and sent that over to my coach, so we'll see what he says about my weight and my progress pics, and what it's going to look towards this next week. And with cardio, I know he said that we're going to do some more intervals. We're going to do something. So I'm sure he's going to change it up. He's going to tell me about it. But these next couple weeks are going to be a little tough. But luckily, the week leading into the show, I had that off, and I think that's going to be very good to not have to work, not necessarily have to worry about other outside influence, and just kind of take it day to day and just get ready to step on stage. Like I said in the previous videos, this is the only show I'm doing this year, and I'm excited to be done, and not necessarily be done with bodybuilding, but be done with this particular prep. Just because I've been thinking about other things to focus on, and I've been contest prepping for 4 years. Like 2012 I competed 2 times, 2013 I competed 2 times, 2014 I competed 2 times, and this year 1 time. And you just don't have opportunity to grow when you continually put yourself through a contest prep for 4 to 6 months out of the year, or even longer. and just to recover from a contest prep diet and really just start feeling normal again. For me, for instance, last year it took me literally 3 months to feel normal. My calories were awesome. You know, I say they were pretty much at the highest ever, and my macros were just insanely awesome. But to feel actually normal and, you know, hormonally, physically, mentally, especially, it took literally up to 3 months to feel that way. And I plan to take an extensive break and really take time for my family, take time for my wife and other focuses, but know that I'm not going to just stop tracking food, that I'm just going to stop, you know, everything, my training style. I'm still going to go hard, but I am going to focus on other areas so that I can have progression on all aspects of my life. And so that's the plan moving forward. And just get big, man, because I need to break these genetics. So, as you can see, my face is getting extremely lean. I did get a haircut, so you know, yesterday, so it does actually look extremely leaner. But I am excited to step on stage again with my fellow natural competitor friends, my family, because that's the most exciting part, is being able to um, be there and see everybody and their progress and what they've done throughout their contest prep, and just have fun at this point. But other than that, if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, please leave them in the comments box below. I'll address them in the next video. But I appreciate all you folks' support and everything that you've done throughout this contest prep. Like I said, support is the biggest thing when you're going through something like this, because at the end of the day, if nobody is there to celebrate with you on that day of that show, that just shows to you the extreme that you had to go through to get there, and you had to cut a lot of relationships to get there. But for me, my goal is to always make sure, or try to make sure, that I am keeping that balance between my prep and my family, my friends, so that come that day, that support is there, still cheering for me, and I know they're grateful that this is my only show that I'm doing, but they're there to show support. They're there to, you know, really take time out of their day to really celebrate what I've been able to do with their support. So thank you everybody, and have a great day. Bye bye.